Like in the same way that like audiences for Hollywood movies are demanding like pro-Palestinian.
What? Wait, what? What movies? Dude, I'm. Wait, what? Wait, what? Dude, what? Wait. Holy shit, no.
Hollywood movies are demanding like pro-Palestinian actors, a sentiment from the actors in these movies.
The thing is with Carl, is just like, this is just a tremendously boring video. And I want to cover it because I covered the Gerard video, but I didn't even really think the Gerard video is that good. Like so it's not like I feel like I have to cover this. It's just 4 hours and 30 minutes, and I just don't know if I care that long to watch this guy like angrily complain about people who don't like him through the veil of talking about this situation. But I do want to hear what he said about accounting and YouTube, because he was like nice to that guy. It's weird. Like, I want to, dude, how confident does he sound at the beginning of this video, despite having that completely ripped out of his, like, his aura?
0, nada, naught, none. It has been 2 years since the completionist charity scandal broke, and these words still perfectly describe the amount of evidence that he has provided to substantiate a single...
Yeah, dude, I just can't take this seriously anymore. I just can't. He's acting like a fucking Ace Attorney fucking lawyer, journalist, fucking hybrid. Well, like, you could play that music in the background. It's just like, I just don't take... Dude, the character is, like, dead to me. I mean, there might as well... There's, like... People have been telling me, I've been asking all day, I go, how is this video? Because I'm not going to watch it till I stream, right? And some people are saying that he's psychotic, he's out of his mind. And I don't know if those are, like, dick riders or Gerard the completionist dick riders or Carl haters or whatever. And then there are people telling me that it's extreme. He makes a lot of really good points in it, but they never actually list what they are, because I'm convinced they didn't watch the video either. I don't think anyone actually watched this video. But the funniest thing, this is the most important thing that you need to take away from this Carl Jobs video before I watch it, is if this video is wildly outperforming his other content, just know that it will literally only benefit Billy Mitchell. His whole thing is that he's not going to make a lot of money because his viewership was cut and destroyed because of the controversy, and he's not expecting to make enough money where he'd have to actually pay Billy, right? Because if he makes under a certain threshold, it's less money or not any. Or I forgot how that works. Whatever, it was in the Billy video. But now that Gerard has come back and is fighting, and Carl's making videos talking about this, he stands to gain a significant amount of money doing it, which inevitably only benefits Billy. It's very funny. It's very funny. Yeah, it's gonna make like the money, like literally money on this video could end up going back into Billy's pocket if he makes enough of it, right? Billy's streaming right now. That's funny, but yeah, I don't know. I'll take a look at this. I fell asleep and woke up mumbling bits, donations, charity, subs, merch, dementia. We're not touching any of it. So yeah, dude, really going for that 10-minute mark, are we? I don't know. I think we'll start covering this later. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a triple channel, third channel segment for you. We're going to take a look at Sean DeBlack, and he's going to explain to us why streaming feels different now. Are you guys feeling it too? Do you feel it in the air? Do you feel like, even watching me sometimes, do you feel like streaming is different now? Something is wrong? Something wrong, dude. We too low. Yeah, dude. This is Hasan's friend. No, this is actually this is the guy from the Content Cop. This is the Content Cop guy. This is Sean DeBlack. Apparently Sean, I've been told this is a fucking hilarious video. I don't know. I think that he's right, though. I think that streaming has changed. The nature of streaming has changed.
Nobody cares anymore, honestly. Like, we have arrived at a...
His voice is like evil D'Angelo Wallace. Can you hear that?
Nobody cares anymore, honestly.
He has the same, like the soft voice, but with, like, the same speaking pattern.
Nobody cares anymore, honestly. Like, we have arrived at a position, right, that, like, the streamers have stopped caring, but the audience has...
He's got, like, yeah, the sassy fucking voice.
...gotten more and more radical. Like, the audience demands more...
Look at the sub goal, dude. Oh my god, dude, that's triggering me. Would that be triggering you if you had a... Dude, 99.9 out of fucking 1,000. Just somebody please put this guy out of his misery.
Progressivism.
I think he's going to get it right now.
Radical behavior. Right. It's kind of like it mirrors what you see with the Democratic establishment and the Democratic base.
What? I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Wait. Wait, I'm sorry. I toned out for 3 seconds and we're locked and loaded. All right. The reason why streaming feels weird now is it mirrors the Democratic fucking party.
It's kind of like it mirrors what you see with the Democratic establishment.
This is not an iDub stream. He will hit his goal.
Right. It's kind of like it mirrors what you see with the Democratic establishment and the Democratic base. You have the Democratic establishment who thinks that they can just do what they were used to do and still succeed. And the base is like, no, we actually want more. No.
I don't think that that's happening. I think this is in his mind. I think that the majority of people don't care about any of this stuff.
No, we're anti-genocide. No.
Oh my God. Wait. Oh, wait. No. Oh no. Dude, the Democratic Party's like, please, we just want to talk about issues that the voters care about. And then, dude, all the smart people are like, bro, we hate genocide. Please support us.
Succeed. And the base is like, no, we actually want more. No, we're anti-genocide. No, you must move.
Wait, this isn't even a comparison. He was saying it's just like the Democratic Party, but wait, legitimately his problem with streamers is probably they're not talking about the genocide. It's not even a comparison. It's like a direct. It's the same thing.
The base is like, no, we actually want more. No, we're anti-genocide. No, you must move to where we are, or we're going.
Is he saying streamers are out of touch? No, I think he's literally saying that they're not talking about the genocide. It could go either way. He's either saying they're out of touch, or his problem is exactly the same one.
To not support you. And now the audiences are doing the exact same thing for streamers, right? Streamers think that they can just do what they did in 2020.
But you need to talk about the genocide. Guy, you're trying to play video games right now. Destiny 2 is not the thing that's killing a bunch of people in the Gaza Strip.
Or 2025. It's not 2025 now. 2020 or 2021 or 2022. And just like go live, play games, chop it up with people.
Wait, he's actually saying that. You can't go live and play video games anymore. There's a fucking genocide. This is... I know why this has been sent to me. This is insane.
And just like go live, play games, chop it up with people on Among Us or whatever. And then they'll like succeed.
Dude, you can't play Among Us anymore, dude. Among Us is over. Palestine is now.
They'll make a bunch of money. And
whose fault is that? Apparently it's the Jews.
Audience will just suck it up, right?
Holy crap, Boogie actually died.
That's not where
Dude, hashtag Boogie down.
We are anymore.
If Boogie did die, I would tweet out hashtag Boogie down.
As a society. Like in the same way that like audiences for Hollywood movies are demanding like pro-Palestinian.
What? Wait, what? What movies? Dude, wait, what? Wait, what? Dude, what? Wait. Holy shit, no. It's the Truman. Yeah, it's the Truman Show.
Hollywood movies are demanding like pro-Palestinian actors.
Oh, right? actors.
Or pro-Palestinian sentiment from the actors in these movies.
Oh, wait, now it's... Okay, we need pro-Palestinian actors. No, we need the actors to be pro-Palestine, dude. Fuck the Jewish kid from fucking Stranger Things, dude. Dude, everyone hates Noah Schnapp because he's like essentially just a Jewish guy on fucking Stranger Things now. It's insane.
And if you don't express your sentiment for Palestine, they're like, fuck you, get out of here. Which... honestly,
dude, like, get off the movie, dude. Listen, I know you're here to do big Marvel things, but fuck out of the movie, bro. You're not saying free Palestine when wearing the Iron Man costume.
They're not wrong to do, but like the executives in Hollywood at large.
But these are the people that like QT Cinderella panders to. So like when she hangs out with FaZe Clan for clout, they're gonna hate her. It's her fault.
It's just not.
This is like a radical psychopath.
The executives in Hollywood at large. It's just not keeping up with how fed up people are.
Dude, majority of people don't even know what Palestine is.
As a whole. Because usually it's not this bad. Usually it's, here's what the take was that I had, right? People utilize streaming and Hollywood and music as escapism, right? There are the woes of their life as working class people under capitalism, and they would go to these forms
they should stop doing that, and they should focus on something that can financially benefit them in the future. If you're having the woes of capitalism and your problem is finances and stuff like that, you should stop giving people money. You should stop giving fucking streamers your bits and donations.
Or the
You should get a job.
woes of their life.
If you have time to be if you have time to watch other streamers that don't stream after work hours, then there's something is either really good or really wrong in your life. If you have 8 hours a day during working hours to go watch these fucking losers on stream, something has gone wrong.
As working class people under capitalism, and they would go to these forms of interest.
You can't say you're against the establishment if you're literally unemployed enough to watch Hasan for 8 hours every single day from your computer.
Entertainment to escape from the woes of real life. However, society, especially American like society, has deteriorated so far that there is no escape, right?
Wait, what do you... Oh, guys, American society is so fucked. There's literally nothing that we can do. Why, dude, why even live, dude, at that point? Like, there's nothing left for us. It's over. The American dream has died.
Shout out to Nicholas DeOrio.
You know, like your neighbors are being kidnapped outside of their homes. Feel me? Your trans siblings are being systematically removed from society, right? There's a genocide going on
Bro, how many people have trans siblings? I know that Bo Blacks hit like a trifecta, but I feel like that's not like a majority issue.
kidnapped outside of their homes. Feel me? Your trans siblings are being systematically removed from society, right? There's a genocide going
Well, Hasan Piker knows better than they do.
on, being funded by the tax money that you are, that the government is taking from you, and they won't even give you things like
Dude, when you make the argument that the government is funding a genocide, I ask, like, do you collect donations? Does your taxes are you paying these taxes to the government?
healthcare. They won't even fix your roads. And so you're just like, there is no escapism, right? There is nowhere for me to go. And now you open up your stream.
It's starting to sound like a fucking cult.
You open up.
We need to, guys, listen, God cannot save us. Donald Trump cannot save us. The next Democratic elect cannot save us. You know who can save us? Ramadan, the spirit of the light swan. What we need to do is gather all of our loved ones together and wait for Ramadan's UFO to fly over our...
Twitch.tv and you look up your favorite streamer to watch when it was, oh, everybody's playing Among Us, and you see them, right? Multi-millionaires completely ignoring the fact that, your cousin just got taken by ICE.
Bro, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is your cousin? Yeah, of course I'm playing Among Us. Suck my dick. Get out of here, buzzkill. Fuck you. Wait, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Dude, he's just sitting there. Dude, he's literally just sitting there. He's like, God, these assholes are playing Among Us. They don't even know there's a genocide. It's a meme. This is a fucking joke, right? Are you kidding? Also, he's still at 99. I thought he would get the subs by now. He's still at 99.
And you see
Dude, his cousin just got ripped from his house, and he's like, why is Pokimane not talking about this?
them, right?
Dude, Valkyrie, do something. You're parasocial and weird. Go fuck yourself.
Multi-millionaire.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio's
Dude,
latest
fuck
video.
you. That's insane. Thank you.
Completely ignoring the fact that, your cousin just got taken by ICE. You feel me? Completely ignoring the fact that you see a genocide happening and you think that's reprehensible.
Dude, they're playing Among Us and there's a genocide. Somebody's got to do something. Somebody talk about it. Put on a Bad Empanada video, quick. Dude, this is so fucking stupid.
But they're just...
Is the number fake? Oh my god, it is fake. I was actually annihilated. Wait, I was outplayed by Sean. It's a fake number. Dude, that's evil. I thought for some reason I skimmed over it and he got to like 10-16. I'm getting crushed right now. You're right. It's literally fake. He's got more subs than iDubbbz.
Oh,
dude, actually 0.1 for Sean, dude.
We're gonna play Power Washing Simulator or whatever.
iDubbbz moment? No, he's got more subs than iDubbbz.
You know what I mean?
Dude, we're gonna play Power Washing Simulator. Dude, they literally, dude, all the Mexicans were fucking thrown out of the country, and you're playing a simulation based off of power washing houses. Do you understand how fucked you are?
Oh, we're gonna play Power Washing Simulator or whatever. You know what I mean? We're gonna play Water Park Simulator or whatever, And so you see that and you're like, how out of touch can you be, right?
Yeah, I am thinking that actually. Yeah, I'm thinking that right now.
I'm dealing with the woes of my life, right? and you can't even like acknowledge like,
Bro, fuck you. You don't, dude, I'm sorry. Fuck you. No, the individual viewer's problem is not the forefront of my mind when I fire up the stream.
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
I mean, if you tell me about it, I obviously support you. But what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to know your cousin was taken by ICE? I'm supposed to dedicate it? Guys, I just want to let everybody know, before our Among Us stream today, we're going to do a moment of silence for every viewer whose sibling was taken by ICE this week. Bro, it's a fucking video game stream. Not everything is about whatever...
What's the name of the guy, Keemstar Orbiter?
Whatever the Democratic
Nick Oreo.
Party should be doing.
Mr. Oreo.
hey, there are bad things going on. I acknowledge that, right? If you want to get away from that, come here, right? You're just like, hey, there are no bad
Nick, my back hurts. Please be considerate. Dude, I'm so sorry. Guys, can we get a moment of silence here for everybody whose back is currently hurting them?
things going on. Feel me? What a great life we live, right? And people
Who's he speaking to? Actually, his chat of tens of people.
see that and they're just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I have a theory about this because so many streamers are upset.
If anybody thinks like this, can you just give me a show of hands? I'd like to ban you. I think your money is actually worth less to me. I think I should be paying you to leave. Holy fuck, dude. I do not want people like this.
About viewership dropping. I know something that changed, but political streamers are still doing well. It really does seem like people can't pretend anymore. Yeah. That's true.
I'm not pretending, bro. I'm straight up.
It's true. And people take their anger out for either if their viewership dropping or for their audience being more hostile towards the
Because, dude, they literally faked it in. They faked their way into this extremely far left area of the internet where
Nicholas the Goat,
jokes are.
thank you for the
Dude,
$5
this is like
limit.
the kind of shit like the conservative grifters are talking about, but they act like it happens everywhere. It doesn't. It happens in these like extremely niche small spaces, and like they'll always show an example like this guy or this guy's channel, and they'll try to apply it like widely to any liberal or I guess leftist space. Right, this is worst case scenario. But in this case, it actually is pretty accurate. Like, dude, fuck you, fuck your entire audience. We do not want to be around you people. People try to fake it and they end up in these weird niche spaces, getting a shitload of viewership from these like subhuman viewers who eat them the first chance they get.
content and their lack of, their lack of coverage about current events, right? Or the lack of morals. Yeah. And
Example, like the people who are like hounding QT Cinderella. She obviously doesn't give a fuck, right? Like QT Cinderella is obviously like invoking her family and stuff. She's probably fine with hanging out with FaZe Lacey. She's looking for an excuse to do it. But she's pandered to these people who are like tribalistic about like their ideology. And now she's like reaping the rewards, right? Like that's the issue that she's having.
and they take that out on
You need to be yourself.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5
This isn't like a
limit.
corny, like, be yourself, like, oh, be the best you can be type argument. You literally need to be yourself in such a way that the audience will stay if you act like you. If there's a mask slip moment, that means you're inauthentic. But when your mask slips, you lose so much. Like, so much is lost when people find out that you're not fucking genuine, right? But there is extreme short-term gain for lying to people when it's like, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. After the fucking 2020 election, it was extremely popular to be pro-left, like pro-left everything. There has been kind of a switch up here with the Overton window, and now it's like super cool to be edgy and right-wing again. But dude, there were so many people who dove in, who didn't even believe half the shit they were saying in like the 2020 run. And they grandfathered themselves into an audience of people who actually do believe these things. And they're probably just terrified. They're probably horrified right now of the reality of when people find out that they actually don't believe any of this fucking shit. They've been pandering the entire time. That's what you're seeing right now with like Cutie Cinderella and these other YouTubers. Like they don't actually believe any of this shit. They're just pandering to people because they're being paid to say this stuff.
the political content creators, right? On the political streamers.
I mean, a lot of these political content creators are grifters. It's just like there are signs. You can compare like Cutie Cinderella, you could say she's probably a grifter in some capacity based off the current drama, but it pales in comparison to like the quartering. It pales into comparison of like I don't know, what's another good example from that side of the internet? Like it's much more obvious when it's like Jeremy, right, than when it's Cutie Cinderella.
They look at us and they're like, y'all did this, right? Namely, they look at Hasan, to be entirely fair. They're not looking at me.
Hasan has done this. All these YouTubers are crying and begging for everyone to talk about Palestine, and they think they're winning, but it's like they're inside of a bubble. YouTubers aren't having this problem. Nobody's begging YouTubers to talk about Palestine. It's like a Twitch-centric issue. So yeah, if these larger streamers are pushing that, then that would be where that comes from, right?
You feel me? They're looking at Hasan. They look at Hasan and they're saying, you did this. You know? It's your fault. You feel me?
But usually we're like making fun of him, no?
It can't be me. It can't be the fact that my audience has shifted, right? And acknowledged that a genocide is occurring.
Oh my god, I agree with him. Wait, I agree with him. Not for the reasons why. Actually, I don't think that we're that far off here. Wait.
My audience has shifted, right? And acknowledged that a genocide is occurring.
Okay, so he sees this as your audience has shifted and acknowledged that a genocide is occurring. I see this as you were being ingenuine and you were collecting your $200 in passing go from an audience that was going to eat you the second that you didn't agree with them on something. But I don't think we're really that far off, right? Like that, in an essence, that is probably what's happening to some of these people.
And they want...
You're feigning political literacy or whatever that aligns with the audience that you're talking about. But when they find out that you actually don't give a fuck about these issues you're pandering to, you're screwed.
Me to do that as well.
He's so close. Yeah, he's right there.
Oh, no, it must not be that. It must be that Hasan's audience, their wokeness has infested and invaded, you know, into...
When the reality is, it's probably you've been pandering near Hasan-related people, and those people probably, like, they have probably got like a footing in your audience, but they don't... Your audience doesn't get converted. This isn't like conversion therapy for fucking socialists. This is you opening... It's like a demon. the woke mind virus. No, Hasan Piker's audience doesn't just infiltrate your stream. In fact, if you're critical of Hasan Piker, they'll stay away from you entirely. The only way that those types of people enter is if you let them in. It's like a demon, right? A demon doesn't just... Like, you have to let the demon in the house. It doesn't just show up.
Into the...
Someone has to invite it.
A wider streaming landscape, and if only there wasn't politics on the platform, everything would go back to how it was in 2020.
It's like a camera. Yeah, it's like the Truman Show.
Everything would go back to how it was in 2021. And
religious? No, I've been watching all these... Dude, I've been watching... I've spent the entire week and all my off time watching fucking Halloween movies. I want to do the fucking... I just got through like half of the Halloween season.
And it just objectively is not the case.
I guess I haven't watched a lot of vampire ones.
Right? Because when you have literally Republicans who were like, dog, we gotta stop whatever happened in Gaza, right? It's like 40% of freaking Republicans.
Is Dark EU a virgin? No, I am not. Why would so many people be Googling that?
Wow, that's a lot of subs for a Miskiff2988.
I think this guy actually thinks that, like, Palestine is a legit dinner time conversation. And I think that's so sad. I think he legitimately does think that the average American voter goes home and just sits there and, like, has a moment of silence for whatever happened overseas that day. Republicans are saying that because they hate Jews and want to... Yeah, I mean, look, dude, sometimes you align with Nick Fuentes, I guess, if it's appropriate.
And that's not even getting started about like the...
But legitimately, nobody thinks of Palestine. You have to be like hyper online to be considering any of these foreign policy issues. I don't think they think of Ukraine. I literally on this stream found out there's something going on in Sudan. That's a thing that's apparently happening right now. Like, I literally didn't even know. No, I don't think about any, like, people are thinking about like what's raising and lowering their tax prices. I think that's the majority. Like, there are people who are like one issue voters on taxes. Fuck the morality of it. They're one voter issue on taxes.
80% of Democrats who believe that we should stop sending weapons to Israel, right? It's objectively most of the country. So in most of the country is in an understanding that like, hey.
I don't think most of the country knows what's even happening. If they have an issue with like giving weapons to Israel, it's not because they're using them to blow up Palestinian children. It's because they think the money is best used here. You guys would probably want to give it to somebody else. I think that most of these people who are saying we need to stop supplying arms to different countries are doing that out of like not the same values that you hold.
Genocide is bad and we should not be funding it.
Again, like I don't think that they're going, oh, genocide is bad, we shouldn't be funding it. I think they're saying like, why are we wasting money on third world countries?
There's this abhorrent thing that is happening right now and we should be addressing it. And you see these multimillionaires,
because he's talking about like conservatives too, and I guarantee that they don't care about this,
who got rich and famous off the backs of the audience, pretend like nothing's wrong.
This is actually we're 6 minutes into this video. We're actually 6 minutes in. That's insane.
That's going to
dude, this is like this is a shot at Pokemon right now that we're seeing here.
Frustrate people. Apparently Mulligan has described him as a senator for the left. I mean, it's true. Some woke viewers infested the country. Yeah. Population is not being heard on pretty much anything. Exactly. And unfortunately,
it's crazy. Like, I think that social media is cool in some capacity. Like, for every Bo Blacks that shouldn't get a microphone, there's a Sean that probably shouldn't have one either. But he's not hurting anybody. He's just being stupid online. You know, anybody can make it.
Unfortunately,
if you're crazy enough and stupid enough, you'll find other people who are equally as crazy and stupid.
Unfortunately, streamers are just the most accessible target for that anger. This is not unique to the streaming landscape. It's happening in
I just banned them.
Hollywood. It's happening.
No, I don't have to ban them. They don't come here.
Happening in the music
Something about me being vitriolic I don't have these problems.
Industry, right? It's happening to actual celebrities. People are yelling at Taylor Swift. The Swifties are mad. The Swifties are angry.
She should ban those chatters.
The Swifties are yelling at her. The Swifties are calling her a mediocre white woman who doesn't use
what, the demographic of 16 to 19 TikTok users don't like her?
Use her platform well. If that's not indicative of...
Dude, Taylor Swift is... Oh, God, that's a horrible mistake. I'm sorry, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is sitting there being like, oh, my God, you want to hear about Palestine? Huh, beep, boop, 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 beep. Hey, I'm re-releasing my album with one song that I re-recorded while I was taking a poo. This will be #1 tomorrow.
Of where people are... I don't know what is. And unfortunately for streamers, they are just the most accessible targets for that anger. They are literally the most accessible celebrities, right? Streamers are the only millionaires that you can directly talk to.
I mean, the majority of these people wouldn't even be like reaching celebrity status. I don't know. There's kind of a gap between celebrity and streamer still.
Can't see this. You might have sent me a private tweet. Or you might have sent me a tweet from somebody who's blocked me. So, no, I think it's private. Or it's deleted. So I have no idea what it is. Chatter.
Again, like, this is something that iDubbbz will watch, and then he'll, like, clap like a seal. He'll be like, you get it. Yes, Sean. Yes.
Send a screenshot or something in an Imgur. But did that make sense?
What did he just say?
That makes sense as to, like, why things are so...
Dude, people keep talking about Chappelle Roan. I thought they were talking about, like, David Chappelle. What is Chappelle Roan a singer or a YouTuber?
Or feels so different now? Because I saw this tweet from Abe that literally asked that question. Why does streaming feel so different now? I think also Cidion had I don't know what Abe's Twitter is. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, here. That's the part that bothers me. It's these streamers who don't have moral fortitude to speak out because they don't want to risk getting hate, having a platform and not using it out of...
Dude, who's getting hate on Twitch for being pro-Palestine? I know you're going to sit here and cry, it's the women, it's the women, it's the women. It's like the women who are directly calling out Ethan Klein are getting attacked because Ethan Klein is responding to them. Yeah, like that's the thing that's happening, sure. And of course, they've literally asked for it. But in terms of someone saying free Palestine, what is the danger of doing that on a social media site like Twitch?
Fear. And then just get out. Yes, that this is how a lot of people feel as well. But I think that's a part of the same conversation, right?
It's the Truman Show? Yeah, you're right. I think it is the Truman Show.
That's the same thing about like streamers just not meeting the moment. The audience has this expectation about like, it is moral to speak out against the genocide and you're not doing it.
I feel like he's just restating the same thing 87 times. Is this the whole segment? where he's just like, dude, there's this fake problem that I'm talking about right now where the audience is uprising because the Pogger streamer who plays Fortnite isn't sitting here stopping the entire stream to explain why the limbs getting blown off in this fucking found footage on Twitter is actually a Palestinian child's.
Right? Over here. Now the question is, wait, there we go. I figured it out. I can do this.
It's like, I know I was here for some iconic Monopoly Go gameplay.
Yeah. Abe said, what is happening lately? I'm just trying to have fun and play games with my friends. Not to find the Sydney tweet, or I don't know if it's a screenshot or something. It was with the same sentiment. But I mean,
dude, this is such a normal post. Like, hey, dude, the world's so crazy. What the fuck is happening right now? I just want to play games and laugh.
A lot. I've seen people being like, why is it different? Why does it feel different? Why does streaming feel different than it did in the past, right? And
I don't have this problem. Well, I mean, yeah, Palestine comes up in conversation, but I can always just not think about it ever again. I have that ability. Maybe you've unlocked empathy. I've unlocked I don't know, indifference. When I turn off the stream, everything ceased to exist.
And it's just that, like,
I unlocked apathy almost at 30. Yeah.
People don't want escapism. How much do you think the COVID lockdown?
People don't want escapism is a crazy fucking argument, dude. Dude, people think they want escapism, but what they really want is 24/7 Palestine coverage. But my question is, if you have all the keys to the castle here, why does nobody watch you on stream? I mean, you got a good streaming voice, right? You seem like you know what you're doing. I think that your biggest issue is that you're dumb, but you probably could be a fairly decent streamer.
Like, on Spaces got you.
Maybe if you were playing video games.
Drastically more toxic since then.
I don't think that Sean the Black is like somebody who's dealt a bad deck of cards. Intellectually, maybe, but I think he absolutely could be like a decent sized creator if he wasn't like ripping off Hasan Piker's fucking corner thing with his chat up here, doing a complete ripped Hasan Piker layout down here, sitting here doing fucking cringe politics.
No, I think it's the opposite, right? The space was only like this.
You know what EFAP needs more? Yeah, why is EFAP not done? EFAP number 362, the Palestinian conflict. Why are they not doing 9 hours breaking down a 10-minute like video of genocide footage?
It's like to have fun, play video games.
Didn't he call for the death of Destiny's family? Yeah, he did that. That would be kind of a boon on his career. Like, boon is bad, right? People keep telling me boon is good. I thought boon is bad. Like, this would be a boon. Alexa, what is a boon?
A boom is a deep, prolonged, resonant sound. It can also refer to a period of rapid growth or success in business or the economy.
Okay, so thank you.
Games. It was only like that because of COVID.
I could help clear that
right? Because that's when escapism was at its height.
Oh, Alexa, what are my dogs' names?
Your dogs are named Sophie, Coco, and Suki. They sound like quite the furry trio.
Right? When at its peak, it was, we're all trapped inside. We were all sitting alone in our rooms, essentially. We want to see people have fun. We want to see people do the things that we...
It's okay, guys. Like, you keep saying furry. Yes, the dogs are supposed to be furry. They have fur. That is what they do. That is their iconic catchphrase.
Can't do. Right? And that is how streaming got to the point where it was. At the height. It was, this virus is keeping us all inside. Let's see what's happening in other people's lives. Right? And so that was...
Wait, so COVID-19 was the minute where you guys became politically aware?
That was the escapism. You know?
Bro, while he was doing this, I was like, holy shit, dude, I gotta go catch the... Dude, there was two directions when COVID hit. You could have become a graded video game Pokemon card trader. Stormed into your local Walmart, kicked down 6 children on their way to purchase packs, and then put them on eBay for 3 times the price. Or you could have become a supporter of Palestine.
But now, right, we are now 5 years removed from the start of the lockdown, and we are in the midst of a fascist takeover where the Republicans hold all 3 branches of government.
Well, how come nobody went and fucking voted then? You guys are calling this dude fucking Hitler, dude. Why did nobody vote? What? Okay. I mean, all those third-party voters probably feel real happy right now, too.
The Democrats
or people who just didn't show up that day.
are doing nothing to stop them. You're seeing massive deportations. You're seeing bipartisan genocide from both parties when Joe Biden was in office and now when Trump is in office, right? With our tax dollars, and we can't get universal health care. We can't get student forgiveness.
Why couldn't you get universal health care or student fucking loan forgiveness when Obama was in office for 8 fucking years? Why couldn't you have gotten it when Joe Biden was in office for 4 fucking years? You guys are gonna, dude. The Democratic Party. That's an actual issue with the Democratic Party. They're gonna run off of shit like this, and they're not gonna do it either.
We can't have our roads fixed. We can't fix housing,
dude. Donald Trump has done nothing for DMCA. Copyright law, dude.
Right? Prices are skyrocketing. Tariffs are affecting everything. Like, there is no escape, right? You have a cutting snap. The government currently right now shut down.
Yeah, both parties of the they run off of all these issues that people want, and then everything, like, nothing ever changes. Nothing ever happens. I don't know. Look, sometimes I want World War III to come just so I can feel a little bit, okay? No, literally nothing ever happens, it feels like.
Everything is significantly worse. And then you open up your streaming site thinking, right? Thinking you want escapism. People open up Twitch thinking, I want escapism. Please give me escapism.
I was joking before. He's actually saying people think they want escapism, but what they really want is 24/7 Palestine coverage. That's so fucking funny that he's building towards it. It was so, I mean, I thought it was a meme, but yeah.
But they don't realize until they are watching these streams that are like, I don't want escapism, actually, right? They're watching these streams and they're like, this is not making me feel better, right? This is not putting food on my table, right? This is not going.
Dude, none of these streams are putting food on your table. If you're watching these streams at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I mean, odds are you're unemployed. You need to put food on your table. You know, if you're not walking around or with an AirPod in your ear, watching or listening to somebody's live stream at 1 in the afternoon, there's like a high percentage chance that you're probably unemployed.
Going to make Snap, you know, or extend the time limit for Snap.
People don't oftentimes have 40 hours a week to watch Hasan Piker, unless they're either kids or unemployed, or they're really dedicated to not paying attention at their job.
You know, this is not going to make it easier for me to buy a house. This is not going to end the
this is not going to make it easier for you to buy a house. I agree.
Genocide in Gaza. This is not going to make my cousin be undeported, right? And all I'm doing by watching these streams is I'm watching out of touch millionaires play video games with other out of touch millionaires, right?
What would you do if you were the millionaire? Would this be your position still?
That's what the audience sees, and that frustrates so many people, right? And so when Ludwig says something about freaking
oh my god, this is about Ludwig?
Collargate, right? And he then, like, you know,
dude, he just tied it back to Hasan Piker's dog. That's insane. Bro, that's actually fucking crazy right now. No, he's not going to do this. Oh my god, wait, now I know why I'm here. Holy fuck. Wait, this was a fucking 10-minute preamble to justify shitting on Ludwig, saying he's out of touch because he's talking about dog collars instead of Palestine. This is an actual Dogtober fucking complaint. I'm losing it. I didn't know this was coming.
Says something about freaking Collargate, right? And he then, like, you know, rides the fence. People get so angry. I would say slightly irrationally angry, right? They shouldn't have gotten that angry at Ludwig for that thing.
It's literally it's Dogtober 7th. This is insane.
Genuinely, like it was like the amount of anger.
It's literally just Hasan's audience crying. Wait, so this, oh my god, that changes his entire conversation. He's talking about Ludwig. He's saying that Hasan's audience didn't infiltrate Ludwig. No, the fuck they did. Yeah, he was getting a bunch of shit from like the general like commentary audience and like that kind of side of the internet. And then he shit on Hasan. So Hasan's audience wait, dude, I'm sorry. You're acting like they infiltrated his ranks and like grew with him. Yeah, he took a shot at Hasan. Why wouldn't Hasan's audience take a shot at him?
Appreciated the shout out.
Oh my god, that is so fucking insane. to try to say like, because they're laughing it off. Listen to the very beginning of this clip where he's talking about fucking, where is it? Hold on, we're at 11 something, right? Where does he talk about Hasan at the beginning of this clip?
That was exhibited in that moment was like almost like unheard of. You feel me? And when Cutie made the tweet about Asmongold and Ada Ross's streamer awards, the amount of anger that she got was like completely outside of the realm I think that she was expecting, that I was expecting, right? And that most other streamers were expecting. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason as to...
Dude, yeah. Hey, jackass. If Cutie Cinderella thought she was going to get that much hate, maybe she just wouldn't have sent the tweet. Like, guys, if you knew you were getting an X amount of hate if you sent the tweet, and you knew it would be a lot, would you, like, if you had the foresight to know exactly how much hate you were going to get prior to sending it, would you still let that thing go? If you're, like, mad and emotional in the moment, if you're, like, shown the future?
Why that is, right, is because people are taking out their anger from their lives on the most accessible, privileged people that they have access to.
He's talking about this like a wide scale issue when he's talking about like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a group of people, essentially a Discord community.
Right? And maybe that's unfair to the streamers, right? Like maybe that's unfair to the streamers, but you have to understand that it's a product of how society is right now.
Like society is Hasan Piker's chat, unironically. Wait, I'm totally on board with that. His definition of society is the people he has chosen to insulate himself with.
Now?
Yeah, I know. We were talking about the Truman Show.
It is a product for the way that people interact with their material conditions, right? And yeah, maybe it's unfair. Maybe it's unfair to have that expectation of your streamers, right? It's not up for me to say if it's fair or unfair, right? But that's just how it is. So what did I don't see the Peter tweet. Oh, yeah. Are you really real? I'm not worried about racist white people over not having food stamps. No, that's insane, chatter. And I won't even dignify that with...
Wait, what did he just say?
Worried about racist white people over...
I'm going to be really real. I'm worried about racist white people losing their shit over not having food stamps.
Not having food stamps? No, that's insane, chatter. And I won't even dignify that with an actual response. I'm just going to tell you that is insane. With Ludwig, it's probably felt like...
Wait, why is that... He's worried that like a guy's going to shoot up something because he doesn't have enough like food to feed his family because of Republican policies, right? Like that's what he's trying to argue. He's like, I'm not even... That's not... Nah, dude. White people would never use guns.
Office drama concept for normal people. It's more about the coordinated attempt to discredit the most popular leftist influencer who tries to advocate for real solutions for the
I got it backwards.
Problems the audience seeing in their real lives. Yeah, 100%. Right? Because I think what people don't understand is like outside of streaming, like the streaming space, Hasan is popular. Hasan is very, very popular. Genuinely.
Dude, I think that people dude, I thought this too for a while, and it's just not accurate. I don't think the general population outside of like, maybe recently it's changed with like the debate and stuff, but like 6 months ago, if you walked up to like a random person, I don't think they'd know who Hasan Piker is. I think that like we oftentimes hyper exaggerate how known this guy is outside of social media. Like if you're watching internet stuff and you're spending a lot of time on the internet, yeah. If you're like someone over the age of like 40, I mean, probably not. If you're just like some random dude off the street, yeah, probably not. I don't know. Like I assume that like family members and stuff or like friends and stuff would probably know who that is. And I'm constantly beaten over the head with the fact that like, no, nobody knows who this guy is.
You leave this bubble, Hasan is extraordinary.
I think legitimately more people probably know Keemstar. But that might just be my age demographic.
Extraordinarily popular. What Hasan advocates for is extraordinarily popular. Genuinely. He is. Because he's speaking to the issues that people have. They experience. Right? So even people who are...
Like, I feel like if I say, like, Keemstar, like, it's like... Because you constantly get the question when you do YouTube. It's like, oh, what do you talk about? And I say, influencer drama. Oh, who do you talk about? And then you're like, oh, fuck. All right, I got to think of somebody well-known here. I like somebody well-known has to go. And I used to keep saying Hasan Piker. And I think I had one person who knew who Hasan was. Because if you guess wrong, they ask somebody else, right? And it just keeps going and going and going, and it's annoying. But usually Keemstar gets it.
Or like tangentially aware of like streamers, right? Especially on,
I mean, that's like a field tested thing
on TikTok. Don't even get me started on the wokeness on TikTok, right? And they're not even the biggest fans of Hasan, right? But they're just like, dog, these millionaires only want to talk about like things that are happening.
Just say Mr. Beast. Well, yeah, I've moved to Mr. Beast now. Yeah, Mr. Beast is usually the go-to. But again, Mr. Beast is literally the largest YouTuber, so I don't know if that really counts.
When it's drama, they don't want to discuss like the fact that, you know, Snap's getting turned off. They want to yell at the guy.
What is Snap? Wait, actually, what is that? Can somebody tell me what that is? What is Snap getting turned off?
They want to talk about like things that are happening when it's drama. They don't want to discuss like the fact that, you know, Snap's getting turned off.
Is Snap like they're turning off Snapchat? Oh, is that food? Are they actually turning off food? Is that a thing? Snap is food stamps?
They want to yell at the guy who wants to discuss that. They don't want to discuss the fact that people don't have health.
I didn't even know that was happening until Sean just said. I literally had no fucking idea that was happening.
Care.
Is that like a global thing? Like, not global. Is it like a countrywide thing, or is it like a state thing? Or
they want to yell.
This is the first. Dude, I'm hearing about this for the first time.
The guy who wants to.
Like, people think like, oh, you're just a. You love politics. You just pretend you don't for clout to try to reach a central audience. And it's like, no, I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Discuss that. They don't want to discuss the genocide. They want to yell at the only guy.
Well, it's because I don't care about what's going on in all these different countries. Like, I literally don't track it. I have no idea. And everything I learn against my will.
Nick just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
Thank you.
They are making people work or volunteer 20 hours a week to keep them.
True.
On the platform who wants to discuss that. That's what they see. That is what the, like, you know, the base sees. Like the like
Jesus.
A different.
All right, let's zoom ahead here and see if he ever talks about something else, because we're kind of looping.
And so once they have the slightest misstep, right? Once that streamer,
dude, this is me when I'm like when I'm spending like 5 minutes or whatever trying to reiterate my point to make sure chat understands it, but he's doing this is the same sentence for 40 consecutive minutes.
A little bit, right? The dam breaks, and all of that anger that has been brewing up inside of those people, right? Inside of those viewers comes crashing out like a wave. And so it legitimately...
It is kind of interesting to see how a crazy person like rationalizes why these influencers who pander to crazy people are getting hate. Like, this is what they think, you know? We're inside the mind of a psychotic Twitch viewer who somehow has access to a camera. Is actually able to stream it. I feel like this is if H3 Snark people were actually able to purchase cameras and streaming setups.
Like, it's out of nowhere. It feels like it's irrational. It feels like it's coming like just like it's
I always wondered what was racing through Howard. I don't know. I don't know why I'm reading these things. I have no idea what Howard Hughes is.
But
people are adding me with shit, and it's like increasingly more psychotic. So I don't know if that's like a thing I shouldn't have read.
Didn't come from nothing. Right? It came from where most resentment comes out of. And that is from the worsening material conditions of the population. Gentrification, there are 3 stages. First, platform attracts users with a good experience. Second,
You said Howard Hughes, and I remembered Mouthy Buddha had once said Howard Hughes. So that startled me.
They degrade the user experience to benefit advertisers, and finally degrade both the user experience to maximize profits for shareholders. The cycle results in...
Okay, I don't want
We're talking about streamers, but it's happening to like TikTokers. It's happening to music artists who don't even have...
Bro, this guy is fun sounding. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if this guy was normal and he just unironically just played a video game, he'd probably be more successful than he is now. He has the charisma to do it. Like, that's the funny thing. He has the voice, he has the charisma. It seems like he would be a better streamer if he just wasn't insane.
It's a big platform, right? It's happening to Hollywood actors. You know?
Good quality DBZ reference.
Building a ballroom and buying private jets while we kidnap and blow up civilians. Seeing people that don't know what it's like to struggle or hurt who can afford that to check out is enraging. Yeah, 100%. Exactly. Also, the streaming space, it rewards shallow exploitation of others for content, and it's more transparent now than ever. That's true.
Yeah, but people are okay with that. Like, dude, it's like there are like people who are like, dude, streaming produces this drama stuff and it's like really bad, right? And then like thousands and thousands of people, including those guys, like flock to watch it. It's like, yeah, people like watching people get fucking exploited online. That's just like unfortunate elements of human nature.
Was Ludwig very openly
but that's like, yeah.
saying, yeah, dog, this is a fucking paycheck.
People look past it all the time when it's a streamer they like.
Check to me. You know? Like this is a paycheck, you know. I get my money, I can't.
It's unironically the reason why iDubbbz hates his like airsoft fatty video now. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's because he's like friendly with Sam Hyde, but like he thinks that he saw those documentaries documenting these like lol cows' lives as exploitative.
About my money, that's all that matters.
And people look at it and they go, oh, this is so much more wholesome than your other content.
To me. And I think people saw that and they was just like, oh bro, fuck this dude, you know? Because while you...
I mean, I'm just here for the drama. Dude, me too. Dude, there are people who go, I want to be a movie YouTuber, and they just can't crack it. So they start covering YouTube drama and they make it, you know? There are people who are like, oh God, I really want to be a scented candle reviewer or something. Or like, oh, I really want to do video game Let's Plays, but it's just gosh darn so fucking oversaturated. It's like, nah, I wanted to do this. No, I have an interest in this, and I'm enjoying that other like-minded people care enough to hear what I have to say. No, I was always a psychopath, I guess.
You have to worry about how you're going to feed yourself and your family.
Yeah, there are people who want to do book reviews, right? And they do book reviews, and they're somewhat successful at it. And then they pivot to just doing Gabby Hanna book reviews. And instead of book reviews, they turn into drama videos about the book. And then they make several reviews on the book. And then that becomes like what they're known for. They're the Gabby Hanna exposed video disguised as a book review person.
Family, your kids potentially.
Sub to public.
And I'm not trying to be like sly there. I forgot who that was.
How you're going to
I legitimately don't remember who that was, but that was a person, I think.
Survive in a world where, you know.
I wasn't really trying. I was being subtle and coy, but I was trying to mask the fact that I didn't remember. Oh, Rachel Oates. Yes, Rachel Oates.
Gas is just inexorably expensive, so you can't even drive to work anymore. You've gotten fired from your job, and
dude, someone keeps writing Howard Hughes in my chat, and I keep hearing like Mouthy Buddha's psychotic fucking voice being like, "In this picture with Howard Hughes." Is this the Terramore Project? Is that what I'm remembering right now? Is it the Terramore Project?
It is so abysmal. You can't find another job, you know, and like all of these things are just happening around you, and your family's being deported, or your friends are being deported. ISIS is like literally killing people in your neighborhood. Right? You open up Twitter, which you shouldn't do, but you open up Twitter anyway, and you see Homeland Security tweeting at freaking hood edits or whatever.
Then don't use Twitter. Just block the account. And again, I'm not seeing any of this happen, dude. I was looking at graded Yu-Gi-Oh cards today. Dude, when I'm done with my work for the day, I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh GX today. Guys, I hate to tell you this. I don't know if anybody watched this show growing up. I finished the entire season 1. Bastion is a pedophile, dude. Like, Bastion is obviously a pedophile, and I have no idea why the dub why is this happening? Is anybody aware of this? Why do people not talk about how Bastion is a pedophile? Dude, there's an entire episode that's awkwardly dedicated to quote-unquote card crushes, and it's like, oh, what's his name? Cyrus is like the dark magician girl or something, and then like Chumley's like this old woman that looks like the lunch lady or something.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
And fucking...
Why?
And Bastion is shown on screen to have a crush on a card that looks like a fucking 6-year-old. It's bizarre. And this is in the English 4Kids dub. And he picks a card with like a character that looks like a fucking 6-year-old. Like, that guy is like a pedo.
I don't remember what his name was.
Who's Bastion? Bastion Masawa. He's like the guy who has like 6 different decks. He was like about to show up to a duel, and they like took his cards, whatever, and he opens his fucking thing like a bomb vest, and he's like, I have 6 different decks to duel you with.
And you're just like, we live in a joke country. What is happening?
Season 3 isn't in English. It's very funny because you're wrong. It's season 4 that's not in English. It's the last episode of season 3, and season 4 was not dubbed.
You have no health care. You have student debt out. Oh, genius. Thank you. Hood genius.
Yeah, the guy who had he had dual equations written all over his walls, and he was a pedophile. That's Bastion. You
have so much student debt, you can't buy a house. You know, you can't.
Dude, I feel like we're watching the same part of the video again. He's already gone through student debt. He's already gone through can't buy a house. And I've rebuked this 3 times with like, if you have enough time to watch these streamers during the day, you're probably not working, which you probably need to be doing so you can pay for the house.
You can afford your parents' medication.
Why should you have to pay for your parents' medication? Why can't your parents pay for your parents' medication?
And
why is that on you?
You look online and you just see like rich people be like, dog, I do this for a paycheck. You know, I care about my money. You feel me? Like that will frustrate you. Like it's a paycheck as you become more successful.
This is like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. If you're like this hyper fucking angry about it, why don't you go out and do something? Why don't you go get a job? Like, dude, I can't get a job. We live in this hyper capitalistic society and it's like a socialist. Unfortunately, the only thing I can do is be a bed blob. I need to sit here and like wallow in my own self-pity all day and complain when other people are making money. It's just so fucking annoying, dude.
Successful, you almost certainly become less connected to normal people struggle now. I
think that Chud Logic would like this for about 20 minutes and get like really mad, but he would be doing the whole bed blob thing.
No, that is avoidable. I mean, it is avoidable if you just are aware of, you know, of your privilege, right?
Dude, oh my god. God.
You are aware of the shifting tides, you know? Like it is callous.
The shifting tides. I don't think you know which way the water's going.
Right? You have to be aware that things are shifting. Things are changing. People are angry.
At like a moment where the stuff that he's talking about is more widely despised and dismissed than ever. This is like the insulated Hasan Piker fan view, though. It really is. It really, truly is. Because the Overton window has shifted and everybody on Twitter is like insane now. And not for this reason.
Right.
They're like so far the other way on this. It's like he's completely out to lunch.
Speak to that anger.
This is like he's using Twitter, but this is a terminally blue sky talking point.
Anger, right? You at least acknowledge that anger. Hey guys, I see what's happening with the ice raids in LA. You know, it's happening right down the street from me. And it sucks. I'm sorry. Nobody should have to live in fear that their family, who's lived here for years, is going to be taken away and separated from them. That's it.
But unfortunately, we're going to be playing Among Us with Mizkif today.
That's literally all you have to say. Like I said this in the video that I made about this, right? Hey, this is my video. Wait, hold on. It's right. Okay, not this one. It's I thought this was the video.
If my audience needs to hear me say that I don't want their family taken away from them, I don't know, dude. I've done something wildly incorrect as a streamer. These are all like, I guess, like assumed positions, right? Like, nobody's expecting me to stop my stream and give a 20-minute monologue apologizing if your cousin got like fucking wheeled away.
Yeah, but it's not this one. It's here. ICE protests in LA. Why silence from creators is dangerous. You should watch.
Again, this is a terminally like, can we get a trans rights moment? There's like a Xander Hallian. Hey guys, all right, now that the conversation has organically reached its ending point, can you just say trans rights to my audience, and then my audience will tell me that I got a dub. Like that extremely awkward, hey, all right, I'll see you later. You got anything you want to promote? Hey, quick before you go, can you just give me a trans rights?
Watch my video on this, chat. I talk about it.
Oh, there's two Seans now.
And talk about why I think it's important for creators to speak out on these issues.
He's saying the same thing in this clip. He just pulled up a clip of him saying the same thing.
Why I'm so tough on creators to speak out on these issues, deeper than just this one specific instance. This person said that Tina talked about this for a while, that it was like a discussion, and this was just the ending part of the discussion. I am curious to see.
He just found another clip of him saying the same thing. It's insane.
Work with them.
Can we get a trans rights?
Is Dark Fab EU a virgin?
It was my birthday today, but I canceled it because there's a genocide going on. Wait, I got a question. Didn't the genocide end? I thought they did like a ceasefire like 3 weeks ago. It's finally stopped being on my feed. Maybe that, or I blocked the term and I can't see it anymore. Didn't the genocide end? I thought they just finished this thing.
Multiple people say that she's working with them. I don't think I saw people.
It's back on officially today, but that's not. This was the 27th.
Saying
it started again. Oh,
she's working with them, but I did see a lot of people. She just said that they can't.
Genocides never end. Don't be stupid. That's not. Wait, that's not true. I feel like you're memeing, but maybe you're not memeing. Genocides literally have to end, or there wouldn't be any people left. We would all be dead. That's not even possible.
I mean, they can't do it.
Dude, the Armenians are still dying to this. Actually, I don't know if they are, to be fair.
Like I do it, right?
I literally wouldn't know if they are, but
it was a polite insult, yes, right? I do understand the take of people being like, the way I read it, like people don't really understand the art of shit talking game.
Both sides started firing again, but Trump said it'll hold. Like them firing will hold, or
right? Like she's shitting on them by being cordial or whatever.
Dude, Trump's like, come on, Netanyahu, you're making me look bad. I'm up for re-election soon for my 3rd term. The people need to see that I can get this thing in check. We're gonna have to blow you up if you don't do anything about this.
I read it as her being sassy. Yeah, and that's fair, right? That's fair. The problem is people don't want you.
Someone just said Hamas violated the ceasefire. I mean, that tells you where my head's at when I immediately assumed it was Israel.
To be sassy to Nazis. That's the issue. People don't want you to be passive aggressive to Nazis.
Yeah, but okay, dude. The problem with dude, I saw a tweet the other day, and it actually it actually hit. There was a post where somebody put up a swastika on their wall, and someone quote tweeted that and said, people will be unironically mad at you for criticizing this or something, or I forget. No, maybe it wasn't that. But like the quote tweet on it was, the reason why people are getting mad at you. Oh, no. It was that people will unironically get mad at you for quoting this and saying, fuck Nazis. And someone quote tweeted that person and said, yeah, the reason why those people are mad at you is because you're referring to, like, your range of what you consider to be a Nazi is so fucking wide that it encompasses regular fucking people. Like, if you're turning around and you're saying that Turkey Tom is like a Nazi, or like I'm like a Nazi or something, like you're insane. Like you're actually a fucking psychotic, crazy person, right? Because there are people who legitimately do believe that anyone even slightly, and it's these niche communities like fucking Sean's, right? That anybody to the right of them is like a literal Nazi. Like liberals are literally alt-right fascist Nazis.
That's the issue, right? You don't engage.
Goalpost graffiti?
Nazi.
Lamp post graffiti. I like the concept of goalpost graffiti, though.
And if you do,
even though that's not what you said,
you're hostile to them, right? You're passive aggressive.
Have you seen Tom's mobile game sponsor? You got me there.
To a coworker that you don't like, you know. But Asmongold and Aiden Ross have.
Bro, could you imagine the awkwardness of confronting your coworker on the genocide in Palestine? Can anybody here, like, could you fucking imagine? You're sitting there in like a Teams meeting, or even worse, like in the office, and somebody pulls you aside and goes, I just need to know, what is your like position on Palestine? I would literally fall out of my skin. I would fall out of my skin, cover myself in Vaseline, and flop around on the floor like a slug. I wouldn't know what to do, dude. Holy shit, I'd lose my mind.
Been the cause of
I would call HR.
So
dude, and then the HR person comes and goes, okay, so what is your position on it?
Much harm, right? That people, even engaging with them.
Those types of people don't have jobs. You're right. You're actually right. Well, you're 100% right.
Right? And giving them any credit, even if it's sassy credit.
Dude, I would call super HR.
Going to come across as like you're not taking their harm seriously. Especially when nobody in the space.
I'm sorry, but like in what other walk of life do you expect random people to take your specific harm seriously? I've watched people get stepped on when they fall down walking to the train in Penn Station. If you fall down while they're checking tickets on the fucking train to Long Island, they will step on you. Or if they're nice, they will step around you. But nobody will put their hand down to pick you up. Where did we go wrong when we started to expect that random strangers would accept our struggle or feign caring about it? When the majority of these people are so wildly self-centered, they're not even considering you.
Takes the harm,
and that's like the majority.
They cause seriously. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's a New York thing, but like, yeah, legitimately, if you fall down walking to your train, they will either step on you or step around you, but they will never put their hand out to pick you up.
And that frustrates a lot of people, right? Absolutely nobody. People still collaborate with Asmongold. People talk around Asmongold. They collaborate.
Okay,
with
so he's literally saying that Asmongold is a Nazi.
Ross. They talk around Aiden Ross. They treat Aiden Ross like they're like the coworker that you don't really like, but they just let them still be around.
Unfortunately, it's so. Are you mad at Cutie Cinderella? Because Cutie Cinderella hangs out with FaZe Clan, right? Yeah, it's a clout transaction. People hang out with Aiden Ross because of the clout transaction. Some of them probably are like okay with a lot of the stuff he says. But it's a clout transaction at the end of the day. Why is it okay when Cutie Cinderella does it?
And nobody actually addresses the true material harm that these two cause, right? So there was an expectation for Cutie to, if Cutie is going to address them, to address the harm that they cause. And this tweet just wasn't that.
Oh, so this literally is that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right.
People ask my opinion on this, and to be honest, there are tons of categories that she has deleted this tweet, right?
Why would so many people be Googling that?
He's not followed back by Cutie Cinderella, which is very funny. People ask me every year to do the same drama categories. Oh no, okay, no. I'm sorry. No, I'm right again. This is about the shitty fucking friendship award show. I think that more people should hate on that award show because it's bad. That's honestly that's a base take from me, I think.
Right. So I don't think Cutie was wrong for doing this tweet. Inherently.
Dude, she just needed to put here, like, we should have a category for the biggest Palestine supporter. And they would have been like, yes, dude, finally, thank you. You gave the people what they wanted.
You know, I can acknowledge that
his chat is unreal. Yeah, I mean, they were like psychopaths, legitimately insane people.
She was being a little bit sassy. They can't do it like I do it, so I'm not worried about them.
Nick, how do you have 4.2K viewers watching Shaun to Black after midnight? I don't know, dude. I must be more talented than iDubbbz. I don't know.
Right? But again, as I was saying beforehand, the space is just in a different...
I think all of us are kind of caught to see like how long can this guy repeat himself.
Like
we're kind of invested now, right? Like I've been jumping around and just hitting random timestamps and he just keeps repeating himself.
The amount of anger that it got. But it got the amount of anger that it did because people are very on edge because their material conditions.
It's just the same sentence. 5,000. This is like when Bart Simpson has to write like something on the wall when he gets detention. It is the same sentence like 1,000 times.
Are the worst.
It's like, dude, it's not like it's somebody's giving a bad take and they are repeating it for 40 consecutive minutes.
I think that being why people were so angry came for the reasons why I spoke about. You know what I mean? But that's
dude,
it.
he's now like condensing it. He's condensing his argument now. Because he's repeated himself so many times, he can refer back to himself. He can quote himself.
I think that like there's a disconnect, right? There's a disconnect between the viewer base and the streamers.
Wait, is there really?
There just is. There's a disconnect there.
No way.
And I don't think streamers are ready to reckon with the fact.
What is that disconnect?
That like there is that disconnect. You know, just wanted to like he doesn't.
Dude, Sean the Yap.
Get why people are angrier than usual. Stop. She's around so many people talk about real life shit. I mean, I can understand you're on Twitter and you just see people yelling at you and you're just
oh my god, he started again, dude. Did you see he just started again? Dude, there could be a drinking game that would kill me. He just looped back. You just heard him loop right there. He just looped again.
You misunderstood what I was saying. Leave me alone, kind of thing. Like I get that. That makes sense. I understand. Fans are on Twitter. Yeah, okay. That's the next thing. That's the next thing. Where do you even start with the fan? I have a tweet saved, but like,
is the tweet saved? You saying the same thing?
It was. She made a response in response to this tweet.
Thank you for spotlighting up and coming creators, dude. Fuck yeah, bro. Dude, every up and coming creator I've ever promoted has disappointed me.
I broke 700K likes. That's bro. I could sell my account for a pretty penny. Like,
wait, do you think? Okay.
Promotion now. I'm saying.
They'll like appraise it. It's like, this is worth $6.
Which is why you should vote for me for the streamer award.
Oh my god, there's no way. Wait, this whole thing. No way. No fucking way.
Bro, I can
no.
Sell my account for a pretty penny. Like Emotion now.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5.
We just watched a 40-minute application to vote for him for the Streamer Awards.
I'm saying, which is why you should vote for me for the Streamer Awards.
I'm going to say something fucking crazy. I endorse it.
Awards. The Streamer Awards.
I endorse it, chat.
The nominations have opened today. Just go ahead and you can log in with either one of these. You just scroll yourself down past all of these categories. Don't even worry about them. To number 30 out of 35. And just go ahead.
He's begging for Rising Star, chat. I say we get it. I say we get it for him. Vote fucking Sean DeBlack for Rising Star. Do it. I think this is fucking hilarious. Do it. I want to do, because you know what's funny? If this happens, it's more content for the third channel. I think that, yeah. I think we go for it. Nominate your favorite streamer. It's closing on Saturday, November 8th. Only nominations that are relevant to the category will be considered. So you can't just write like Mo Bamba or like Sicko Mode. Want to co-stream the event? Dude, this is so funny. You have to like request an ability to co-stream it. All co-streamers on Twitch must enable the co-streaming feature for the duration of their co-stream. Should I request this? Language of your co-stream? I'm going to request a co-stream. Okay, let's do it. Please complete this form to be approved as an official co-streamer for the Stream Awards, happening on December 6, 2025 at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Approved co-streamers will be provided with a unique toolkit via email that includes exclusive overlays and assets. The website is off. Well, I can't show it to you. I'm putting my like information down. Your email. Okay. Let's see. Boom. Your channel URL. Okay. Do you think I'm going to get approved? That would be interesting. Would that not be interesting? If I get approved to stream the Stream Awards? I mean, I probably won't do it, but language of your co-stream? American. Why did you say that name? Dude, you think I'm going to get it? Do you think like do I have what it takes to be a streamer? Oh god, that was a horrible donation. That was like offensive. Why did you write that? Why did you say that ever?
And put me in Rising Star.
Jesus Christ. What is the comments on this looking like? On the money as always, Sean. We're all hurt and suffering. Oh, dude, this is like the who's who for who's like perpetually unemployed. I was having a great day, and then I remember there's literally a genocide going on. I'm sorry, Sean. This is exactly why I love Connor Eats Pants. He talks about the issues and how fucked up. Dude, Connor Eats Pants will be sitting there. Connor Eats Pants is like, is it Clyde from fucking South Park? Where he's just sitting there and he's like, yeah, dude, there's a fucking genocide going on. It's really shitty. All right, I got a chug jug. I'm gonna heal. Yeah, I'm gonna heal. Yeah, really, it does suck what's going on with ice. But anyways, I'm gonna be dropping a Tomato Town this game. I agree with you 10,000%, but you have to account for the fact that Ludwig and the Yard viewers are all hardcore no politics white people that don't believe anything impacts them, while Assman and his baby roaches only care about taking down everyone and looking at everything from a black-pilled framework in order to feel superior. It'll never be possible to pull them in the moral direction. Sean DeBlack and Bad Empanada collab coming soon. Comrade Chris Smalls and Sean should do a black socialist podcast together. A lot of these streamers will tell their audience touch grass, but it's impossible for them to touch grass even if they wanted to. I hope everyone that kind of who needs to see this sees it so they get where people are coming from. It's like, dude, if anyone agrees with this, I want them so far away from my channel, it's like not even funny. Instead of watching out-of-touch millionaires play video games with other out-of-touch millionaires, watch small streamers who are more relatable and closer to your worldview. Oh, God. That's crazy. Okay. I think we're done here. I think we are certified donezo on this subject. Well said. Quiet not. I think I've seen this psycho on my... Is this guy in my fucking... I feel like I've seen this freak in my comment section. I only know it because of the music symbol, because you get like pinged when people who actually have like check marks and stuff comment on your videos. My theory is that the phase audience is young enough to not have experienced or witnessed much actual downward mobility. I think streamer awards... Wait, I think one streamer audience... Dude, can you imagine how many people are going to stand up at the streamer awards and make, like, fucking they're gonna just be like, hey guys, I do want to accept this award, thank you very much, but I wish we could just give these awards to the people in Palestine right now. Do you think that's gonna happen a lot? That would be so fucking fun.